Hey, what is up guys, Andy here from TechOBS, and today I'll be reviewing the cheapest, best gaming mouse from Fantech, and that is the Fantech X7 Blast. So normally whatever device you decide to purchase, the biggest thing that will attract your eyes is definitely going to be the RGB. Of course, everyone knows that RGB provides those extra frame rates. It provides the best accuracy in any gaming mouse. Despite of inspecting at the cool RGB, you should also consider doing a research on what else it provides besides RGB. Before going in detail, I would love to start off with a fresh unboxing of the product. The package looks pretty decent, just as you would expect the package of a gaming mouse to be. On the right hand side, you got most of the information of the mouse, and I will be going in details with these specs very soon. On the back, you got some more information about the mouse. And on the left hand side, you got your fancy X7 Blast logo. Now let's go ahead and unbox the mouse then, shall we? Here's an ASMR unboxing. Here you get your fancy X7 Blast mouse out of the box. Here's a quick little look. It's good to see that they have added a USB cover for the cable. Also happy to report that the cable is braided, which means it's going to be much more durable and less tangled than a rubber cable. You also get a quick start guide which familiarizes you with the settings that you can tweak with the Fantech software. So I bought this mouse for like $10, and here are the conversion rates. So let's see what this mouse has to offer in this price range. Now let's go ahead and talk about the looks, the design, and most importantly, the feeling of the mouse when you're using it. So let's start off with the build quality, and of course it is made out of plastic, as you can see right here, but I would like to address this as a rubberized plastic because the feeling is actually pretty decent. Also, if you have like this sweaty hands, then there's gonna be no problem, as the mouse will stay pretty much intact with your hands and it's not gonna like slip away out of your hands. There are 6 rubber pads underneath the mouse, which is also going to give you a much better control. Oh yeah, don't forget to peel off the plastic from the bottom, otherwise it's gonna cause some resistance issues. I also like the rubbers located on both sides of the mouse, over here and over here, so it gives you a tight control on the top side of the mouse. I also do like the curved edge on the left side and the right side of the mouse, which actually gives you kind of a decent feeling when you're using the mouse on your thumb and your pinky. Overall, with the design, I'm kind of okay with it, but not too much, because I had like such a bad experience with big mouses. And also, this mouse is specifically designed for palm grip users. If you don't know what palm grip users, they use it like this, so they get a better experience with it. But I'm not a palm grip user, I'm actually a claw grip user. So I'm kind of okay with the design. Well, not too much because of this. But if you're like a palm grip user, you might feel great when using this mouse. But if you are a claw grip user,
then I'll suggest you to get the X9 Tor, which is specifically designed for claw grip users. Now, the differences between these two are with the design, the weight, the price, and of course, the RGB. However, the specs of these two are exactly the same.
now let's go ahead and talk about the clicks. The buttons feel pretty decent and provides a good tactile feedback. Here's how the buttons sound like. The buttons are rated up to 10 million clicks, which is considered okay for this price range. The scroll wheel feels quite nice, as it's mentioned natural silicone rubber out of the box. Oh, sorry, I mean roller. The red button in the middle of the mouse is the DPI switch button. You can set up to 6 DPI levels ranging from 200 to 4800 DPI. The lights also change when you change the DPI. The weight of this mouse is about 100 grams, which makes it a really heavy gaming mouse. After using this mouse for all of these months, I kinda started facing 3 different issues. First one is the double click issue. Now, this issue usually happens in any mouse you use. Then after cleaning the mouse a little bit, the double clicking issues just went off. I did not face any double clicking issues after this. The second issue is that the coating seemed to come off after using it for some time. The third one isn't really a major issue, but I just wanted to address it. It's that when you actually click it, you feel like something is, something plasticky is like bent out or bent in, and you kind of want to press it hard again, and then it seems like it has fixed it, but after using it for some time again, it just feels like the plastic just bent it back again. But that issue just went off after using it for a long time, and now I don't really feel like it. The lift-off distance is, pretty average, what you'd expect from a normal gaming mouse.
The polling rate of this mouse is 125 Hz, though I wish it was, around 500 or 1000 Hz, because a lot of gaming mouses do offer 1000 Hz at this price range, like the Gigabyte Aorus M2. So sometimes you do need to look at your competitors. Alright.
You wouldn't hear any rattling sound when you shake the mouse, so it denotes that the build quality is actually pretty good. There are total 6 buttons.
Wait, it shows 7 buttons on their website. What? Anyway,
you can also use the buttons for macros, like I personally use the side buttons for changing the volume. I was using a different mouse before I bought this Fantech gaming mouse, and that is the Havit HV MS691. Yes, I still haven't forgotten the model number. I'm not gonna go in depth with this mouse, but I'm just gonna mention the reasons why I have upgraded from this mouse. First of all, the build quality of this mouse was pretty garbage. Shaking the mouse would make a rattling sound, which you can hear right now. And this pretty much explains its build quality. I've started facing double clicking issues with this mouse after like 3 months of usage, and that is the main reason why I have upgraded from this mouse. The sensor is terrible. You can see the scuffs, scratches, and the damage that happened to this mouse. But for the price, I couldn't really complain much. Well, it is around $3 to $4, so what can you expect? Other than that, the shape, size, and the RGB looks pretty much the same. And that's it.
now you can do a ton of customizations for your mouse with this software. I'll leave the download link for this software in the description below. Here I'll give you some brief ideas of the customization options. Here you can use the macros for these buttons with these options. And here you can set the DPI according to your desired level. And here you can also use different configuration files. You can either export or import CFG or configuration files. You can even set the wheel function to scrolling or changing the volume. Now let's go to the advanced settings, and here you can change the pointer precision or the pointer speed, and the wheel speed, and the fire speed, which is of course in-game, and this is the macro option for the mouse. You can set up different macros, or you can import or export macro files. Now in the LED settings, it will show you which DPI it is currently set to. Right now it is at 600 DPI. You can also change the LED colors from here. You can set it to fixed, which stays like in a fixed color. You can set it to cyclic, which changes the color in a cyclic order. And you can also change the duration as well. You can set it to static, which is, just static, self-explanatory, or you can just turn the RGB off, which is what I do basically. And that is pretty much all you can do with this software. So feel free to customize this mouse according to your desire. The only thing I did not like about this is that after you set the customizations to your likings, then you completely shut down your computer and turn it back on, your customizations will reset back to default. So you have to customize it again, which is really annoying. But you have to remember that the mouse doesn't have a memory board, so that's why it resets and cannot save the changes when you turn on your computer.
Now, the biggest and the most annoying thing I hate about this mouse
is none other than the sensor, and I'll demonstrate it to you with a gameplay. Okay, so I loaded up CSGO for this demonstration. Now don't get me wrong, this is a really good gaming mouse if you are on a budget, but there are some small issues that I want to address with this mouse, and the first one being with the micro adjustment. Now this mouse isn't really great for micro adjusting, which creates a problem for gamers. Well, I'm not really a gamer, but I just faced this issue while playing it. When you actually micro adjust your aim a little bit, it doesn't really move that much. It's like when you actually move it just a little bit more, it just stays still for a few seconds and then it just moves. It does happen most of the time, and you will realize when you're trying to aim like this. Like let's say I aim at his head and I just put the mouse still for 2 to 5 seconds, and then when you move it, it actually feels like it's moving a little slow at the initial point, and then it starts moving normally. So it's like, when you wake up in the morning, you wake up slowly, wash your face and etc. and all that stuff, then you get energized and you're ready to do the work. It's kind of like the same thing, but it happens in a few seconds. So this is a big problem for gamers. And another thing that I want to address in the micro adjustment section, when you're trying to aim, it feels like it's going a little towards the opposite direction. For example, if I want to go up, it goes a little to the left, a little to the right. It feels like that. It does look like that, and it happens with this mouse, especially because of the sensor. Yeah, couldn't blame much on it, but I'm not a pro gamer, but I just, since I faced this issue, I just wanted to let you know. And another thing with this mouse is the flicks. So when you're trying to flick 180 or something like that, it's gonna shake the mouse. Your mouse is gonna freak out. It's gonna go crazy. So let's say if I do a flick a 180 or 360, you see that? It should have gone over here, but instead of going over there, it went just a little bit over here. Now the reason always has to be with the sensor, and the main reason being with the lower IPS or inches per second. So typically budget gaming mouses tend to have lower IPS, and because of this, the flicks are not really gonna be accurate if you're trying to do a quick flick like this. See that? It just happens. It happens on low-end budget gaming mouses. So yeah, that's the thing that I wanted to address, and these are basically the two main reasons why I did not like this mouse, especially for FPS games. But if you're like playing different games like MMO, RPG, or any kind of games you want, then there's gonna be no problem. But okay, probably not those competitive MMO games like Dota or Warcraft. You know, if you're trying to play competitively, I think this is gonna be a really big issue. So that's the thing that I just wanted to address. And you know, if I like try to deflect, see that I don't really like it. But yeah, that's actually pretty much it about this mouse. Besides that, I can pretty much, you know, shoot properly, you know, aim properly. I think I haven't seen any other issues with this mouse. The grip feels really great when you're actually holding it. It gives you a tight control and all that stuff, you know. So yeah, it's a really good mouse for, especially considering if you're on a budget. Yes, I know there are a ton of different gaming mouses that offer better specs at this price range, like the Gigabyte Aorus M2. The price of that mouse dropped significantly, making it a really good gaming mouse on a budget, assuming you can get your hands on stock, and around the same price range as the X7 Blast. But still, do I recommend this mouse? Absolutely. If you care about the RGB, if you care about the grip style, if you like bigger mouses, and you just want to play games casually but not competitively, then you can go with this mouse, and I would 100% recommend it. So this was my first ever review of a product on this channel. So if you guys enjoyed it, please do go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.